Hey, it's Elizabeth here at Healthy Elizabeth and healthyelizabeth.com, and today I'm going to share with you guys 3 of my favorite summer meals from the garden. Today I'm going to be making a quiche because we have a ton of chicken eggs right now from my mom's chickens. She actually has chickens and we get eggs from her all the time, and so there's just plenty. So if you have chickens or if you're buying eggs from the farmer's market or something like that, you know that there are a ton right now because chickens are laying tons of eggs right now. And I'm going to use some broccolini that I have growing in my garden actually right now, and so I'm going to pull that and kind of show you how I throw this really easy delicious quiche together. It's one of my favorite meals to have for breakfast. It's just so filling and so good. And then the next meal we're going to be making is a taco salad, and I just make it with lettuce from my garden. You can get lettuce from anywhere, the grocery store, the farmer's market. I highly recommend fresh lettuce though, like from your own garden or the farmer's market. And I make it with an heirloom tomato salsa, which is just so fresh and just screams summer. I absolutely love it. And the last meal I'm going to show you guys is how to make my grilled chicken thighs and summer squashes. I grill it really quickly. It's all kind of the same dish, and then I just serve it up on a big platter, and the kids think it's really fun, and it's obviously so easy to make. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video and we will get started, and I'll show you how I do it.
Can you hear me? No. Now can you hear me? No. Hello?
Okay, so I think hold on honey. Okay, so I think I've gotten everything I need from the garden for today. I have all the lettuce for the taco salad, and then I just picked the broccolini, and I'm gonna wash it up really well.
Mommy, there's water.
In the birdie. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do for my quiche is I'm going to get an entire pound of bacon cooking, and I like to bake it in the oven at 375 for about 15-20 minutes. And I like to use bacon that doesn't have any nitrates or sugar, so if you can find it local, that's obviously the best, but if not, I like to use ones like this at the grocery store. just whatever quality you can find that seems to be pretty good. I don't buy conventional bacon. I like to make sure it's good quality. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my baking sheet and get this in the oven cooking. Oops, that one let go. Try that again. Maybe. Oh. Whoops. I love doing bacon this way because it's just the most hands-off approach. So I can just stick it in the oven, walk away. Versus over the skillet, you have to stand there and constantly be flipping it. And it doesn't get cooked as evenly as it does in the oven. So I always do it this way. It's really quick and simple. All right, so while that's in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and start assembling the rest of the quiche. All right, so really quickly, I like to take my broccolini and I'll just kind of chop it up a little bit so it's in smaller pieces before I put it into the quiche. And what I like to do to give each bit of, each step a bit of flavor is I'll take this and I'll saute it in a skillet with some butter and just get it kind of cooked down just a little bit so it's not so tough before we add it into the quiche. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now while our bacon is cooking. And if you have normal broccoli, you can do the same thing. Just chop it up a little bit so it's not so huge. Make it kind of melt into the quiche better. Okay, so now I'm just doing a nice big handful of this good quality organic cheese. And then I'm just gonna add either cream or half and half. Or today I'm actually gonna do some goat's milk because I bought this and I'm gonna use it up in this. Salt. Not too much because of the bacon, and then a little pepper. Okay, so now that I have my quiche cooking in the oven, since I'm trying to get ahead for the day, I'm gonna go ahead and make my heirloom tomato salsa for the taco salads that I'm gonna make later with the lettuce that we picked out in the garden. And so I just got these 3 heirloom tomatoes. I actually got them from the farmer's market. They're so beautiful. And I'm just gonna chop these up along with some cilantro, some jalapeno that I'm gonna de-seed so it's not too spicy for my kids, and some lime juice, and then a little bit of salt. And that's just gonna kind of sit until we're ready to eat that later. So it'll be ready to go whenever I pull out the taco meat and everything for lunch, and I won't really have to do much cooking when we're ready to eat. So I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I do it. just gonna kind of dice these up into big chunks. They don't have to be too small because it can kind of feel like a more rustic salsa. And I find that as you let it sit in the fridge, it starts to break down. So the lime juice and the salt kind of break it down, and it all kind of starts to like mesh together anyway. So they don't have to be perfectly small right at first. I actually prefer to leave it a little bit chunky because it gives a good texture when you put it on the taco mix or when you put it on the salad. Okay, so now, so I don't have to dirty up another pan to saute our ground beef for the taco salad, I'm gonna go ahead and put that back in the same pan that we used this morning for the kale. I mean for the broccoli. Wait a second. For the broccoli. And then I'm gonna season it with some just chili powder and garlic powder and salt and pepper. If you just use spices that you already have, like chili powder, cumin, anything like that, it'll taste like really good taco meat. I'm gonna go ahead and cook up 2 pounds of grass-fed ground beef. For our chicken thighs, I like to make sure I'm using a organic pasture-raised chicken thigh, and all I do is I keep it really simple. I just do some salt and pepper, and then I do some avocado oil, because when you're cooking on the grill you need to use an oil that has a higher smoke point. So I like to use a drizzle of avocado oil instead of olive oil like I normally would if I was cooking it inside. And then I'll do a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and this just gives it like a little bit of a deeper flavor that's almost more, I don't know, like it's been marinating longer, and you really don't even have to marinate it very long and you still get that good flavor. So I like to do a little drizzle of this, and I love doing this because it's just super quick and it tastes really, really good after you grill it up. And I'm usually doing this late, so I usually don't even have time to let it marinate, but if you can let this marinate for a little while, it'll be even better, but honestly, it's perfectly good just like this. Oh, I forgot, I also like to do paprika. Hold on. This just gives it a nice depth of color after you grill it. Kind of makes the grill marks pop even more. It gives it a little bit of a smokier flavor. Okay, so for the zucchini and the squash, the summer squashes, all I like to do is keep it really simple. So I'm just gonna cut off the ends and then I kind of slice them up into thick slices. And really when it's in season and fresh like this, it's organic. The flavoring, it just needs a little bit. So I just add a little bit of garlic powder, maybe some salt and pepper and some oil, and then grilling it gives it tons more flavor. So that's all I'm gonna do with these. Okay, so this was kind of like a small zucchini and I just cut it into 3 different strips out of the one. So like this, I just sliced it into 3 different strips. Okay, so all I like to do now is kind of separate them out so that I have the flesh side up. So on the ones that are like this with the skin, I just turn them over so they're all facing one way before I start seasoning them. And then I like to do some garlic powder, and you can do fresh garlic too, but on this I actually prefer the garlic powder because when you use fresh garlic on the hot grill, it tends to burn really easily. So I find garlic powder is just better for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle this on. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to hit subscribe before you leave, and I will be making more videos on nourishment, simple living, and medicinal herbs, so make sure you stick around, and I'll see you guys next week.